How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my NHL picks for today, Friday, May 6th, 2022. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like, comment, and share. As I promised, when we reached 100 subscribers, I was going to give out a special prize to 3 special subscribers, and I did that. The posts are on Twitter and on the YouTube video right after I did that. And I promised also a special subscriber will get a special prize if we reach 200. I believe I'm at 191 or 192, so I definitely appreciate it. Spreading the word. I'm getting a lot of messages on Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets with people kind of thanking me for the picks. Few people hit big on a couple of the picks. And a lot of people just kind of picking my brain on the picks that I'm looking at for that particular day. Again, guys, I'm not an expert. I've done well in these things, but I can give you as much advice as I can. What I'm thinking about. I also like listening to what you guys are thinking about, because we kind of went back and forth with someone on Twitter. Very good conversation, and just kind of sharing ideas and sharing picks. And I love that type of thing. So definitely appreciate it. So on to the picks. And as you can see, I didn't have a picks video yesterday because I was kind of busy, Cinco de Mayo and everything. By the way, I hope you guys had a great Cinco de Mayo. I won a few bets yesterday with, on the prop side with Crosby and all these other guys. You only bet $1 to win 6. Then I won, the Rangers. This is actually a FanDuel boost. So look for those boosts as well. So it was the Rangers, Panthers, and Avalanche all to win. And I took the boost. It was $2. The odds were plus 250, but with the boost, I won $7. And then I won an MLB play with strikeouts. And then this is the one I kind of wanted to show you guys. I had the right picks for the MLB, for the NHL, but of course the Calgary Flames go and mess it up and lose 2-0. That was incredible. But I'm happy my Rangers won. I'm happy the Avalanche pulled it off in overtime. It was an incredible game. So if you guys watched it, you guys definitely enjoyed a great night of hockey. And on to the picks for this one. For this game, so if you guys been watching my videos for a while, or if it's the first time, you know that I kind of make 3 or 4 picks or parlays for the games during that day. I do a pick that's very conservative. I do a play that's kind of moderate, that's more, little bit of risk, but still conservative. Then I do kind of a Hail Mary or larger play, riskier play, risking a little bit to win a lot type of play. So that's what I did here. So kind of this first one is kind of, more the very, very conservative play. So I took Carolina at plus 1.5 against the Bruins. Obviously Carolina, I believe they already have a two games to none lead in this series. The Bruins are pretty much outmatched in this series. I think they might win 1, maybe 2 games. I don't see them winning more than 2 games. And I did this very conservatively. I took Carolina plus 1.5. So even if they lose by 1 goal, we still win the leg, or if they win outright. And I did the same thing with the Maple Leafs against the Lightning. This one is a little bit more riskier because you do have that I think the Lightning blew Toronto out. I think it was like 4-0 or 6-0. It might have been the other way around. The Maple Leafs beat the Lightning 4-0 or 6-0. But you do have that risk of it being a blowout. But I think the Maple Leafs are gonna keep this game close. So I took them at plus 1.5. And then the same thing for the Wild. I took them at plus 2.5 against the Blues. I believe the Blues beat them. The series is tied right now, but I know the Blues beat them the first game, and it was over. They beat them by over 3, I believe. So this is a little bit riskier, but I think Minnesota's got their groove. I think they're gonna win the series, I believe, but it's gonna be a close series, and I believe this game is gonna be close as well. Then I took the Oilers and the Kings over 5.5. If you've been watching these two teams are over teams, so I think it's going to be over 6. And I think both of the games that I have played already have gone over 6. So I bet $2 to win almost $8 on that one. Then kind of a more moderate play. I took the over in the Carolina Boston game. I think the over has hit in the last two games, in the first two games of this series. So I don't see I'd see Carolina probably scoring like 4 at least. Boston scoring 2 or 3. And then for the next game, I took the Maple Leafs and the Lightning at over 5.5. Again, I already kind of went through that one. I think that's going to be a high scoring game as well. Again, I took Minnesota Wild plus 2.5 again on this one. And the same thing I did here for the Oilers and the LA Kings game over 5.5. So I think most of these games are going to go over. Only one that might not go over is the Wild game. But even the Wild score a lot. The Blues are less high of a scoring team, more defense, but I think that game might be over too. And this is what I did, kind of this more riskier play. So I took the over in every game here. I took Carolina, and I took the over 5.5 in the Carolina Bruins game, in the Wild and Blues game, and the Edmonton Oilers and the Kings game. And I took the over 6.5 in the Maple Leafs Lightning game. I think that game is going to be like a 4-3 game, 5-4, maybe even more, like 6-5, 6-4, something like that. So I'm expecting that over, but this is a riskier play. So I bet $2 to win almost over $19. And then kind of the home run play. I mixed sports here. So I took the Mets plus 3.5. So what that means is the Mets have to lose by 3 or less or win outright for me to win that first leg. The under 13.5 total runs means both teams have to combine for 13 runs or less. Oh, actually, yes, 13 runs or less, so no more than 14. Same thing with the Pirates, plus 3.5. They need to lose by 3 or less or win outright for me to win that leg. Then I took the NBA Miami Heat plus 10.5. I expect the Heat to win that game outright, but as a safer play, I took them at 10.5, plus 10.5. So that means they have to lose by 10 or less or win outright for me to win that part of the bet. Same thing with the Royals. Took the Yankees straight up. I took the Carolina Hurricanes plus 2.5, so losing by 2 or less or winning outright versus the Bruins, which is doable. Took the Red Sox plus 3.5. Took the Blue Jays straight up against the Guardians. And then I also have the over in the Leafs Lightning game and the Oilers Kings game again. I have the Astros winning outright against the Tigers. I have the Suns plus 10.5 against the Dallas Mavericks. So obviously they need to lose by 10 or less or win the game outright against the Mavericks to win that leg. And again, I took the Minnesota Wild plus 2.5 against the St. Louis Blues. And then lastly, I took the Padres to win by at least 2 against the Marlins. So that's what the minus 1.5 means. That one is kind of a riskier play because the Marlins have been playing better. But I think the Padres are the better team. They should be able to beat them by more than 2 runs or at least 2 runs. And then for that bet, I bet $3 to potentially win almost $232 on that kind of home run play. So that's going to do it, guys, for my picks for NHL for today on Friday. Like I said, greatly appreciated. If you look back on Wednesday, I believe, I gave you my picks for what I think is going to happen in the series. So basically, if you look here, I'm going to try to show you guys real quick while I'm on the video. So if you go to NHL, more NHL, then you go to the actual playoffs, like Eastern playoffs or Western playoffs. And it says right here in the middle, it says series correct score. And you'll pick kind of parlay. You know, you think Colorado's going to win the series 4-0. You think the Calgary Flames are going to win the series, let's say 4-2. And I gave you my parlay in terms of what I think is going to happen. Obviously, that's going to change because, you know, more games have been played. And I don't remember if I took anyone to sweep. I think I took the Hurricanes to sweep. No, the Avalanche to sweep the Predators. I think that's the only sweep that I took. But other than that, I see it kind of some close series here, especially that Wild and St. Louis game Oilers, Lightning, those, even the Rangers and the Penguins. That's a close, very close series that could go either way. But I gave you those picks, and I believe I bet 40 cents to win over like $24,000. Again, tread lightly with those picks because those are in astronomical odds that are very not likely to happen. But I'm just giving you that option if you want to go through these picks, kind of choose your own. Put it in the comment section if you want to share it. Because, if you get that one right, you could potentially win a huge amount of money. Even putting $1 will win you like, $500,000. So definitely appreciate it, guys. Like I said, look at that option if you're feeling lucky. Not It's worth throwing a couple of cents in there, and don't go crazy and betting $50, $100. I don't even think you can if you parlay everything. But again, guys, really appreciate it. Let's reach 200. Have a great NHL Stanley Cup playoffs for today, Friday. We will talk Saturday. Take care, everyone.